Hello, everybody, and welcome to Southeast Rocket League Championship Season 5. This is week number 7, day number 1, presented by Phoenix Blue and Challenger Mode. I'm going to be your host and caster, Rydro, and we're going to be starting with Spricer versus Titans. It's definitely going to be a very interesting series. Um, like Titans, I think they kind of managed to beat like the toughest teams out there, or at least they have beat Renegades. It was like in game 5. However, they lost to Bread Esports, and right now they have got signed to an org. It's called VeNoM Gaming. So they have like already played the best teams out there, and it's gonna be very interesting. Like they also have also beat Z Esports, and you really wonder which team gonna be able to stop them, because I think they have like been able to defeat nearly everybody here, and they're looking extremely dominant and consistent every time they play. They don't just win the games, they look extremely dominant, and it's like nothing could stop that team. For Spricer, I think it's gonna be extremely tough for them. They're like in the bottom end for that standings, and they're like maybe in top 7 right now. Haven't really won a single series, but they have only won a couple of games. Last series they played, which I believe it was against, maybe it was like against Z Esports, from what I could remember, and they had like some kind of like maybe good plays or something like that, and yeah, it was against Z Esports. They had like decent passing plays, they had decent solo plays too, but again, like in general, they still lacked of consistency, just like every single time. And you know what's really kind of like, I don't know, like maybe it's kind of something like kind of scary for them, which is they were allowing a lot of solo plays to happen against them, and they conceded plenty of goals from these moments. So you kind of wonder like if they're gonna be fixing their mistakes right now, because even if they do, it's gonna be like a lost cause, I believe, or something like that, because it's gonna be tough. They need to get a sweep against Titans, and that is honestly very, very less likely to happen. Um, I'm allowed to give my opinion here while I'm like still not casting, because while casting I'm not gonna be biased. But uh, before the game starts, like yeah, I could say that they are definitely struggling. They're having a lot of issues, even though they're having a lot of good plays, but they still fall short in the end. For Titans, it seems like everything is going in their favor from the start of this season, all the way here to possibly the last week they're gonna be playing in, or maybe I think yeah, I think they're gonna be playing against maybe they can have like a series next week. I'm not really sure, but it seems like their job is nearly done here. They're already in top 4, and I think they need to get a sweep here to secure the placement even further and have their placement locked out. And they're gonna make sure that they can be qualified for the playoffs and maybe even make it even further. But only time to find out. Spricer versus Titans. Everybody is joining up, and let's go ahead and start. Let's see how this one gonna be starting, because let's see if Titan's gonna be just as consistent, or maybe the caster curse will be affecting them this time. And Spricer, they could be surprising us with their passing plays and everything else to be going on. Really decent shot coming from Mato to be starting this one off, but still is getting blocked. Now Mato getting control once again, but it's gonna be cleared, and Keda, he's right there to shoot right back at the top corner. Friday with a save. Friday still having the ball, shoots it high. Zegi with a follow-up, and Mato again controlling the ball very well, but it's not gonna be very well enough to be staying out of net. Harrigan getting a decent follow-up right away. It was like, yeah, maybe just a good enough for a quick second, but Harrigan reading that so well and coming in with a quick punishment as Titans, they go on the lead in 30 seconds only. Spricer, they were having their offensive plays, and it seems like every series they are playing in, they have their offensive plays, but in the defense they're kind of become maybe a little bit too quiet. And Harrigan coming in with another goal, 2-0 already in the first minute. This has been like a problem for Spricer, maybe for quite some time, which is good offense, but in the defense they always end up to be falling short against their opponents. There is still plenty of time for them, of course. They could still bounce back. Remember, good offense could potentially put them in a spot where they don't really have to be defending that much. They could be just attacking and building up the pressure. This is exactly what we really need to see from Spricer, which is those controlling plays and passing plays too. The ability to find each other's once they're having the space, and Keda putting this one on net and just going for a low placement. Doesn't really have to be that flashy. And also Matu just chasing Zeki on the wall, maybe getting that slight bump. Uh, Definitely give his teammate the space and also the time to work with. And now it's one goal game, and again, like I said, it's very possible. Friday with an early shot right after the kickoff, but it's not gonna go in. Harrigan taking control, maybe delaying his shot. And Harrigan, this time his shot getting denied, and Mato coming with a save out of nowhere here. And still keeping it with one goal game. Segi didn't find the read, but Friday does. And back again with 2 goals lead. You know, Zeki couldn't really find it, but Friday he was like in the perfect spot to get that follow. And you know, it's like again, it's happening again. Like nothing seems to be able to stop them. Harrigan always seems to be getting involved in these offensive plays, and Zeki kind of getting a mind game here. Can he find the angle? Gonna go for the pass, but nobody's there to follow it up, as maybe there seems to be some kind of misunderstanding. But Keda coming in with another goal, and I was finding those corner plays, and you know, he has always been getting those kind of shots, and it's kind of surprising the defense of Titans, where they just kind of leave some kind of space in front of the goal line, and Keda just punished his opponents for the second time. A long shot. Could they get right back in time? Keda sending it to the corner. Keda again trying to clear it away. Harrigan sending it right back. Friday. Now Neck with a shot on net. It's gonna be saved by Zegi. Mata with a follow-up. It's gonna be bouncing off the crossbar. And here comes Keda with a shot. And again, it's gonna be off the post. And we still have a 1-goal game. Friday already in the counter. Not a lot of boost. Neck can't really get anything done here. And another follow-up comes in from Keda. Friday clears it away, but still in a danger spot, but it's gonna be followed up by Zegi. Off to the walls. Keda, interesting touch here. It's gonna be landing right in front of the net, but couldn't really get the follow-up this time. Keda, this time he's gonna be walking away empty-handed. This could be it, but still gonna be blocked. And the defense of Titus has been quite messy for simply a minute so far. And they kinda got away with it, but it's definitely not going to be a surprise if they get to concede like that, because Ken has been punishing his opponents for the slightest mispositioning happening in the orange side. Now Mato sending it to the middle. Friday taking control. Now Zeki sending it back to Harrigan. Harrigan gets a touch, but Neck with a shot on net, and it's going to be bouncing off the crossbar, and nobody's going to be able to follow it up, and a bit of miscommunication. Zegi, could he find the net? And he does! Back again with 2 goals lead. Incredible passing play, and just the spacing. Harrigan sending it right back to Zegi, and Zegi was like in the perfect spot. Perfect placement too, coming in with 100 kilometers per hour. So it almost looks like there is no way in stopping that one. And the moment they get their counter, it seems like, yeah, maybe they were kind of struggling in the defense, but they were able to break through, and they were able to get something done very quickly. Now Mato sending it right down, and what a passing play coming in from Spricer, and this is exactly what we really need to see. Mato having the communication and also the awareness of his teammate location. Keda with a shot on net, and couldn't really get any better than that. And once again, we can have a 1-goal game. So it has been with a lot of back and forth here. Yeah, sure, Titans every single time they just send it to 2 goals game, but Spricer, they seem to be always able to kick right back, and Zegi with a shot here. It's still gonna be bouncing with the post, and Friday to the corner. Now 2 defenders lined up, and Harrigan kind of trying to get a bump maybe against 2 players. Now Zegi against Mato. Mato trying to have a better control and play. Friday going with a back pass. We have seen Titans getting a lot of back passes, and that could have been extremely dangerous, but Zegi was able to get in the way. Keda off to the backboard. Harrigan with a clean shot. It's gonna be a little bit too wide. Neck. Didn't really get any decent touch. Keda with a solo play. Could he find the net this time? But it's gonna be cleared away by Harrigan. Mato with an infield pass. Neck with a shot. It's gonna be bouncing off the post. And Neck again with a follow-up. Deciding to go for a back pass. And also a pre-jump coming from Titans. Trying to deny any passing play to happen. Neck. Interesting dunk. He's able to get away with 2 challengers on the ball. Keda. It's maybe denied very quickly. The net is kind of wide open here, but Neck is able to get there right in time. Not a lot of time remaining. 10 seconds left, and Spricer again, they're showing very threatening signs in the offense here. But they have been kind of quiet for the past few seconds when it comes to finding the net. The ball is still alive. Can Keda put this one in? And Titans, they're gonna take it. 1 goal difference. And, you know, Spricer, that was incredible performance. Even though they lost it, but they were able to find each other's. Keda, like, with 3 goals, being a clutch player. Okay, first 2 goals, they have been like maybe some kind of like solo plays. Okay, there was like a play where I believe it was Mato getting a bump on a defender, allowing Keda to have like an easy goal on that. And then like the second time he just punished his opponent, and then like later we get to see a nice passing play. So they still have their creativity when it comes to their offensive plays. And you know, as time kept on going, Spricer, they looked much better in the defense. That really allowed them to have better offensive plays. And right now it's going to be a clean game, and Harrigan starting this one in 6 seconds only. And this is definitely not the start that you want to have, especially after incredible performance near end of the first game, where it looked like, yeah, you almost had it, but right now Harrigan just kind of denying any like confidence that could have been coming in for Spricer as they go down by 1 from the early start. Neck with a pass to Keda. Friday couldn't really get any 50 though, but Segi, incredible redirect here. Not going to be resulting in that much, but still forcing the defense of Spricer to be staying and like kind of getting stuck in the defense for a little bit longer. But Mato breaking through, couldn't really get any demo. Now Neck, the pass to Mato. Mato with a maybe another pass. Now it's going to be taken over by Keda. Going for an eligible. Is already able to get past 1, but couldn't really find more control to continue on keeping the ball away for now. Now Harrigan off to the backboard. Now this is going to be fouling the shot, but it's going to be Zeki, but Mato, what a read to get that save, but still keep it the game scoreless. And now Zeki with a back pass, Harrigan sending it this one really high. And we're seeing a lot of passing plays from Titans. Like, especially those infield passes, they're looking really scary, and especially that shot was coming from Zegi. It had like so much power, but again, Mato was able to read that, but it's really showing that Titans, definitely a team that you don't really want to go easy on them, because they're able to find the net and able to get a lot of powerful shots on net, and Zegi getting a big demo here. Mato with a double on the corner. Zeki trying to gain control. Kind of looking awkward here, but nobody's able to follow it up. As that demo seems to be happening in the perfect moment to maybe deny any chance for Spricer to be following up that ball, but Keda trying to keep up with the pressure. Neck sending it to the corner. It's going to be bouncing all the way right in front of the net, but still the defense of Titans, they seem to be able to clear the ball. No matter how many awkward touches it's going to be, and a little bit of a double commit or maybe a team pinch attempt coming in, but still a 1 goal game here, and definitely a lot closer than how it was in the first game. And Friday with a shot on net, it's going to be denied. Once again, Harrigan is still able to get the follow. Can he find the double? It's not going to be there. Zeki with a shot, and Mato again has been a big defensive player here, just keeping it on 1 goal game only. This is definitely not the first time where we get to see him defending a lot and also getting so many saves. And I wonder like how many saves he got in this game. Like sometimes like the game stops counting those saves if you keep getting them like sometimes in a row. And Keda with a maybe blind attempt to get that bump. Now Neck off the corner. It's gonna be right in the middle. Mato, can he find the net? It's gonna be bouncing but still. Now Friday putting this one low, and you know the game has been kind of slow when it comes to the pressure, and everybody just getting caught off guard here. And Zeki with an up net goal to extend the lead, and you know they were having great offense, but sure you want to be focusing on offense, but leaving the net wide open like that, this is definitely a big mistake happening for Spricer because they had it very close, but the fact that they kind of let that happen, it's kind of frustrating because they have been doing very well offensively, but that didn't really seem to be enough, and not only that, but also it just cost them a goal, and now they have to score twice with 1 minute and a half remaining. Keda with another solo play. Friday getting the block, Zegi following this one up. It's gonna be followed by Harrigan. Neck buying some time for Mato to be rotating all the way back. So this is something that Spricer they have been doing, which is controlling the ball in the defense just a little, so their teammates could be rotating back and also grabbing some boosts. So they're having decent ball control defensively, but again, it seems like when they focus the offense, it seems like maybe they focus on offense a bit too much, where they actually forget a bit the defensive rotation. And now less than a minute left. Could they find the counter, or could they find another passing play that's going to be starting this one off, because they're still scoreless and they still need to find that first goal so they could have better hopes and confidence to make the comeback. Connect with a shot on net. It's going to be bouncing off the crossbar, and they're still scoreless, 0 on board, and 30 seconds left right now. Again, they're having the shots, but the accuracy doesn't really seem to be there most of the times. It's only a matter of time, like when they're going to be able to find the net, but it's going to be cleared away, and that's going to be wasting more time, which is really needed for Spricer. Keda, a bit of a weak touch, and Friday with a pre-jump to keep the ball on the blue side. And it seems like there's nothing could be done besides getting one goal, but I really wonder if that's ever gonna happen, as the ball is gonna be killed, and Titans, they get to win another game, and this time it seems to be maybe a little bit more one-sided in the end. Like, yeah, it's another close game. Like, yeah, it's 2-0, not a one-goal game like the first one. But it's like Titans, they had better ball control. It seems like they barely let their opponents have the ball offensively. Every single time they just have the ball, like they couldn't really get anything done, and they really fixed their defensive positioning. For example, like Titans, they kind of looked messy in some plays in the first game, but then like later on, they really managed to fix that, and you know, they didn't really let any of these solo goals to be conceded, especially when Keda, like when he dribbles the ball and he gets to have it really easily, but you know, maybe he's just that good and he gets to have them very easily. Great placement in 9 seconds only to start the third game, and that is the perfect start for Spricer. Let's see if they can be able to hold into that one goal lead, or maybe even extend it, because it's always great to start the game with an early lead like that. And a pinch for the kickoff, but it just goes way too high. Now Keda, again, like being in the offensive area, you know that he's a big threat for Titans. If he's gonna be having the ball in the offense, he's probably gonna be having something planned, and you know, has been doing it in the first game, and right now he did it right after the kickoff. So Titans, they really need to be careful when he's gonna be having the ball in the back pass for Mato. Mato sending it right back to Keda. Keda getting a really decent clear, and they finally get to have a breathing room for now. Zegi, the solo play, it's gonna be denied. Keda with a quick challenge, and that's gonna do it for Keda once again. 2-0 for Spricer Esports. That was a quick read, and Harrigan couldn't really find the touch of the wall, and Keda, you know how eager they want to have that goal. They're just going for it with full confidence, knowing that they're down by 2 in the series. It just had to be now or never, and Friday couldn't really find that flip reset, but still good attempt for them. You know, going for plenty of mechanical plays, and big bump happens, giving a lot of space, but nobody was able to capitalize on that play. Mato, solo play, Keda. Now again, it's gonna be Mato, but not a lot to boost, so he has to run it back and leaves it for his teammate. And you really wish that's gonna be Keda to be taking over, and there he is with another solo play. Decides to go for a center ball, but it's gonna be Zeki back to Harrigan. Harrigan also helping in that clear, and now Mato. The really high clear, but nobody is able to find any control. Next, sending this one high. Mato couldn't really find the angle, and it's gonna be a mess now. Zeki already in the counter, going with an air dribble, and Harrigan trying to get a dunk, but still gonna be saved by Keda, and Friday with a shot. And that's gonna be the start for Titans. One goal away from tying up the game, and you know, this is something that they always do, which is they go through a lot of pressure in the defense, and the moment they get the clear, they're able to position themselves really effectively to have such a powerful counterplay. And they did that before, and they do it right now again. Now Harrigan with a bit of a low placement, and Zeki getting a demo, just leaving a gap in the defense of Spricer for now. But Neki was able to respond back, and Friday with another top corner placement, and they get their comeback very quickly. Zeki just dribbling the ball in the wall, like, while being backwards, and Friday, like, all what it took was slight tap to put that one in, and it's almost like that perfect start for Spricer didn't really happen, and we're having a tied up game here, and I think it's anybody's game, but for Spricer, it's definitely to be um, a difficult moment for them to keep their confidence up, because they have been going through so many situations like that where they start off really hot and eventually it just like those mistakes really start to build up. And Friday again with another solo play, flicks it high. Zeki again goes for the backboard, and nobody's able to find the powerful clear, but Neck sending this one to the other side. Now Mato, okay, they couldn't really find the touch. Friday again taking over. I believe he got his flip reset from that, but there is no way he could make some use from that. And Mato getting blocked immediately. Keda. It's gonna be Harrigan. And Titans, they're trying to, you know, keep on controlling the ball. The same approach as we have seen in the second game, where they went on like 2-0 and they like kept on controlling the ball and gone for pressing plays. Like even if that's not really gonna go in, and what a beautiful dribble coming from Harrigan, or excuse me, it was from Zeki. But even if that wasn't really in, it's just the placement of their like the offensive positioning coming in from Titans. They're just looking extremely good right now. They got their comeback. They got like they were like down by 2. They made their way up, and right now it's like, yeah, they're probably feeling extremely confident, especially the fact that they stole the lead right now, and they have also been getting some kind of like passing plays and maybe mechanical attempt. And Zeki with a clear, but Keda sending it right back. Mata with a shot on net, and Hurricane pinches the ball off the crossbar to clear it away. Friday already in the counter, one-on-one against Mato, but Mato finding the touch to send it away right back to the orange side. Could they find the net again? Because it has to be now or never, because 1 minute left, and this is game 3, and they are down by 2. They had the lead earlier. Neck with a clear off to the side. They really need to step up their offensive plays. And Harrigan trying to force a physical play happen here, forcing Matt to be jumping, and they didn't really get on any punishment on that, but Friday with a low placement right under Mato, you know, forcing a lot of panic, like looking like, yeah, maybe he's gonna be getting bumped or something, but as soon as he was about to get on the ground, the shot was coming in way too speedy, and 2 goals lead goes for Titans, and it's even getting more difficult right now. As we get to see Titans, they almost start another kickoff goal here, but it's not going to be happening. They're still holding very strongly. Friday with a shot. It's going to be even too wide, and Mato clearing this one away. Mato not in the best spot to get a good touch, and Keda getting a demo from the back, and now Zeki with a solo play. Mato kind of getting faked here, but Neck is able to fix up that mistake and time is already ticking, so there's no way they could make the comeback right now. One goal is all what they could do, and the ball is still alive. You really wonder who's going to be getting that last one goal. Zeki with a flip reset to keep the ball high, but it's going to be dropping down as Titans. They get a sweep against Spricer. They just deny their hope. Like, Spricer, they had good starts, but like in the end, again, it just had to be Titans. They were able to find their ways, and that was incredible performance from both teams. To be fair, Spricer, they again they did very well, but in the end, it just had to be Titans. They're like maybe having less mistakes defensively, and this is where Titans they were able to make their comeback. They got those two goals, and after like getting that two goals, like yeah, they could just keep on going. And this is where like maybe the pressure started to build up for Spricer, and at the end it just had to be Titans. And like I'm not really surprised because they have been looking extremely consistent from the start of the season, and there is no surprise they're gonna have another consistent performance against Spricer or like maybe against any other team that could be struggling a lot to maintain in the competition. But again, GG's, well played for both of them. And I believe we're gonna go in a short break to prepare the next series, which is gonna be Z Esports versus Puncture. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys there. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Southeast Rocket League Championship Season 5. This is again week number 7, day with number 1, but it's going to be the second series. It's going to be Z Sports versus Puncture. And once again, it's going to be presented by Phoenix Blue and Challenger Mode. It's going to be another interesting series. Z Sports versus Puncture. Last time, I think Puncture, they showed like a lot of promises like against Bread Esports, or they're also known as VeNoM Gaming right now because they got signed by an org, and they had like good pressure and like everything else, but and in their defense, like they kind of lacked where they're like in the spot to defend, but when it comes to getting that touch to clear the ball away, they really failed to get that. And um, the spacing and like their offensive rotation, everything looked really, really good for Puncture. Of course, like it was against VeNoM Gaming, and they're like one of the best teams out there. And sure, Z Sports, I think they're like also one of the best teams, but I think maybe like slightly Puncture may have it easier right there. Uh, but also like Z Sports, they have like Cream. He seemed to be like on fire last time he was playing, and he was like a scoring machine. He was like scoring non-stop with a lot of solo and mechanical plays we have seen from Z Sport. And like from the first day we have seen how Z Sport they were playing. They kind of look shaky at first, but like later on they quickly um, managed to put everything together and managed to look really really strong in this season. And you know, like I was like saying, yeah, like Puncture, they could have it like a bit easier compared to how it was against VeNoM Gaming. But again, like I think they still need to have the same kind of performance as last time. They just need to tighten up their defensive positioning, and they also need to, uh, you know, have like have like the same offensive pressure as they had, and like just be more consistent with it because it's definitely going to be a tough series. So like for Z Sport, it is a very important week for them because they're going to have a series today and they're also going to have another one tomorrow. And I think tomorrow's series for them, it's going to be against Renegades. So it's definitely going to be a tough run for them like today and also tomorrow. And they're like already on top four when it comes to the standings, but they need to get a sweep here, and at least even if tomorrow, like even if they're gonna lose it, at least they need to send it to game five because um, nothing gonna hurt more than make it to top four and like you're done from every series that you have played in. But then you realize that some of the teams had better performance and they kick you out from top four and it gave you like in top five or six because that can be quite painful. You're not like you're gonna lose your placement and there's like nothing you can do about this. So I think this is like the best way for them to avoid all of that happening, which is get a sweep right now and maybe have a game five against Renegades tomorrow, and we'll see how it's gonna go. If Z Esports they're gonna continue on being really dominant and have like Scream to be getting so many goals, and I believe like on average, he got like 2 goals in every game last series that I've seen for Z Esports. And I think maybe it was like against Spricer, I think. I could be wrong about this, but yeah, they still looked incredibly strong. And same goes for Puncture, but we need to see a bit more than that. We need to see a really good showing for them where they're going to have less mistakes and more consistency. Make sure to use the space correctly. Like they had good passing plays, they had good solo plays, so they get like the mix of all of that. But if Z Esports control the field very well and prevent them from having the space, I think Puncture may have it like a really difficult time going on here. But we'll see. The players are joining up. I think one player is just missing right now, but never mind. I think yeah, everybody here is ready, and so am I. I really can't wait to see it. But okay, yeah, I think everybody's ready for some reason. Just somebody um, changed team, I believe, or something. But Scaly Bassy starting with a real quick offensive play, and Skadoosh with a touch here. That's very interesting, and it's gonna go in. Two defenders couldn't really get any clear, and you know, I really want to see that again. Did he get a touch? No, I don't think he did. It was like just slowly dropping down and bouncing in front of the net, and Bassy, it was like, okay, nobody's gonna touch that. Well, that's a free ball for me. And 11 seconds only, they have one on the board so quickly. Now Skadoosh sending it high. It's gonna be Vladimir with a clear. It's not gonna be cleared for a long distance. Tony, got the clean touch. Passy couldn't find the net, and Vladimir already in the counter. Cream taking his time. It's gonna be denied by the Exile. Vladimir could find the redirect. Goes for a high touch here. Maybe his teammate could be following it up. Skadoosh clears it away for now. And now the Exile again with another offensive play has been denying those kind of booming clears. And what a double touch coming from Scream. You know, it was like first from passing, and that was incredible passing play. It's almost like okay, maybe their brain just shifted like from a body to another, because it looked like they were on sync in that play, and this is something you don't get to see a lot. A big whiff happens, but nobody is able to clear it away. Still bouncing dangerously, and Exile with a shot, and he's gonna be able to punish. Okay, I'm not sure what is going on. Like a lot of players seems to be leaving and joining, but Z Esports, they get punished really heavily here. Scream couldn't really get any touch, and 2-1 on the board with 1 goal difference. Um, they definitely need to fix up their defensive positioning and not let such silly goals go in. And everybody seems to be overcommitted. It's all up to Tony right now, or maybe it's gonna be the Exile. Scream off the backboard, and the Exile with an open net goal, and we're gonna have a tied up game. It's like all of that went for nothing for Z Esports. Everybody just being way too hungry for these offensive plays. Everybody wanted to have their turn and have a flashy goal, but that managed to bite him really, really hard, and that's gonna cost them a goal right away. Skadoosh with a delayed kickoff. Can't really control this any further. Scream sending it high with a sail pass off the ceiling, and the Exile off to the side. Bassy. Now Tony with a clear. It's gonna be bouncing right in front of the net though, but still it's gonna be cleared away. Scream up to the corner with a pre-flip. Can't really find the second touch. Bassy again controlling it and sending it right back, but Tony controlling the walls very well and just keeping it away from danger, and the double commit happens. Ball is still on the blue side, so they're not gonna be getting punished for it. Bassy flicks it over one. It's gonna be denied by Vladimir, and a clean shot toward the net by Skadoosh. The moment you think that it was a perfect clear, it was a quick punishment that was coming in against Puncture, and they have the lead back with plenty of time remaining. But you know, it's going back and forth when it comes to, you know, if a team makes a mistake, the other one is always able to capitalize on that mistake and get to shoot the ball on net. So it's gonna be very interesting, but I really wonder if Z Esports can be able to tighten up their defensive rotation, because letting in an open net goal like that, it's definitely something that we don't get to see a lot from the Esports. So this is like the last thing that you want to do, which is stay way too focused in the offense and forget that you have a net to cover. Vladimir, interesting 50. It's gonna be up to the XL. Sends it high off the wall, but it's gonna be Scream. Having another touch to help on the speedy counter. Vladimir sends it high. It's gonna be Passy. Getting completely demolished. The XL with a shot on net. It's gonna be Skadoosh with a save. And denying that equalizer. And another demo happens in the air by Tony. And another one happens. Cream can't really find the net. Tony with a high shot, or maybe it's gonna be a pass. Vladimir right back to Tony, but he's not gonna be able to get there in time. And Scream just chilling in that mid boost, waiting for it to respawn. Still able to reposition themselves, and Scream stealing the boost from Vladimir. That's really gonna delay and also slow down the offensive play that's gonna be coming from Puncture. Still 1 goal difference. We have seen a lot of booming clears. It's gonna be Vladimir with a shot. It's gonna be off the post, and a demo happens from the exile, but the shot wasn't there, and that was a perfect open net for them to get that equalizer. There's still time on the clock, and they still need to come up with a way to find the net, because we have seen plenty of attempts, but when it comes to the last execution, it hasn't really been there. And Tony with the read of the wall. It's gonna be saved by Scream. Vladimir, keep it there. Now Passy on the counter. Vladimir, not a lot to boost, and they're still able to look as calm as possible in the defense. Vladimir, interesting touch and interesting positioning too. That really helped out in that. Tony already in the counter with a 1v1 play, but it's gonna be Skadoosh off the backboard. Keeping the ball very closely, and that's a really smart decision for them to, prevent any possible booming clear or maybe puncture, where they're gonna have the chance to have a clean shot, and Vladimir not a lot to boost. That could have been the goal to keep them alive in this game. And the ball once again is cleared away. Scream on the counter. He gets his flip reset, but fails to get a shot. And Z Esports, they take the first game, and that was incredibly close performance from both teams. And I think Puncture, they still did very, very well here. It just like Z Sports, I think they also had plenty of mistakes that they really led Puncture to easily capitalize on those, where they just leave the net wide open, for example, and just maybe stay too focused in offense. It seems like, yeah, everybody just trying to switch turns when it comes to, all right, you scored, it's gonna be my turn, and they have been doing all of that. And I mean, if you also want to take a look at the amount of shots, um, it's gonna be 7 shots for Z Sports, and against like Puncture where they had 5. But it's like, I think for Puncture they just need better accuracy in their shots, because they're having their chances. But when it comes to the execution or like having something really threatening, we don't really get to see that a lot. But again, they still keep it very close. Again, really good performance from them. And like if they manage to be more consistent than their opponent, and maybe give them some false hope when it comes to, yeah, you guys are able to freestyle on us, but they're able to surprise them with their counter plays. I think this could be the perfect strategy for Puncture, especially if they also want to keep up with the offensive rotation, like also the offensive pressure that they have always been having, especially in the first game. And really good play here, but it's going to be a little bit too wide. Passy getting control, flicks it high over 1, but also managed to fix his teammate. Cream of the ceiling. Gonna be the exile with the solo play. Passy, slight tap, sending it to the wall. Now Puncture getting really physical from the start. Cream with a flip reset. This could have been the flip reset that he failed to get earlier, and not even the second follow-up. That would have been a goal for them. And it seems like we're gonna be scoreless in the first minute. Really good attempts again from Z Esports. They're having a lot of flashy plays. Scream with an air dribble. It's gonna be denied by the exile. Vladimir, not a lot to boost. Skadoosh with a shot of the wall. Tony sending it to the backboard, followed by the exile, or maybe he didn't really get the follow, but at least he was able to get the dunk. Now Scream with another flip reset. That was a clean shot. Tony went to save Vladimir. getting that clear as the ball was right on the goal line. That was incredible. And you know, Scream, he's still going for these flip reset. He's still going for um, flashy plays because he didn't really get one earlier, and I think he really wants to get one. I think that's what he's trying to do, but it's gonna be Passy possibly scoring an open net, but it's gonna be a miss, and we're still scoreless here. 0-0. And you really wonder if it's gonna be a counter from Puncture or all of these flashy attempts, and the mechanics of Z Esports gonna be paying off to get that first goal in the second game. Really good bump here from Puncture and Tony, having a clean shot on the net, and they go on the lead. And let's see that again. It was the Exile just sending this player out of the play, and that was a perfect play coming from them. And you know, it takes a lot of confidence to have a player to be chasing a bump or a demo in the front of the goal line instead of going for the usual passing play or usual teamwork where you just get a pass and that's it, or maybe you send the ball for your teammate. But leaving it right there and going for the bump itself, it really takes a lot of courage, and they were able to make some use of that. They got one goal lead, they extend it, or it's gonna be Z Esports having better mechanical plays, but it's gonna be the Exile once again, and this time he's gonna be scoring, and 2-0 for them. Tony, or maybe it was Kadush, just he thought it was gonna be safe to control it, but the Exile coming in really fast before Skadush even gets enough time to maybe have a plan B, because taking control in that defensive play didn't really work, and the Exile starting with an early shot can't really find it because Scream had to be a lot faster than that. Vladimir off the backboard, but it's gonna be Scream again, sending it all the way back. Passy, he's gonna be able to get a shot, but it's not gonna go in. It's still gonna be a wide shot. Vladimir on the counter. And you know, let's see if that's 2 goals lead can be enough, because they're having their offensive pressure. There's still like 2 minutes remaining, but again, Z Esports, they're looking really good when it comes to the positioning. It seems like they're still making less mistakes, even though they're conceding, and that could have been the first goal, but it's gonna be denied by Vladimir, sending it right to the walls. Skadush. This attempt gonna be denied. Scream with a shot on net and double commit, but they still managed to get away with it. Holding into those 2 goals very well, and Skadush trying to get the demo, can't really find it, and you know, they're getting those reads very well for Puncture. It seems like you can't really use their game against him, so it seems like maybe there's like only one team that is able to use that game against them, but they're not playing right now. They're gonna be playing, I believe, it's gonna be next week, but yeah. So far, everything seems to be really good for Puncture, especially with those physical plays. But speaking of looking really good, you can't look that good with Cream. Just looking incredible in that another double tap, and that was powerful play coming in and starting the possible comeback for Z Esports with 1 goal away to have a tied up game. And it's gonna be 2 kickoffs in a row. Now Passy off to Scream, but Scream couldn't really find it. Skadush off the backboard. The Exile sending it this one very low, and a double commit again happens from Z Esports, but it still goes in. Okay, I wasn't really expecting that to be in. It looked like, yeah, it just needed another follow, but what was that? Like, how was that even Scream goal? Because I know, it seems like it was like a team pinch, an accidental team pinch coming from a double commit. But you know what? A goal is a goal, and doesn't really matter for Z Esports. They got a tied up game, and that's all what matters. They just need to find another goal to have the lead and seal the game from Puncture. Passy, the solo play against Puncture. Now Scream, can you find another double tap, and that was nearly in. The Exile having to defend right now. Vladimir couldn't really get any clear. The Exile, again, sending the ball from side to side, waiting for that moment where they're going to be able to find a decent clear. Now Scream, another flashy play, but it's not going to be resulting in anything. Skadush kind of taking his time in that play, and the XL still goes for another play. And now Vladimir off the back, but the XL is going to be blocked. Now Skadoosh keeps it high. Now Scream could have find another double though, but it's not going to be the case. And Vladimir keeps it high at 0 seconds. The ball is still alive, but we're not going to see a 0-second goal. We're going to see an overtime in the second game. One goal is all what it takes, and Puncture, they need to continue on with that confident play that they had earlier on, especially with those physical plays. It's going to be Scream off the corner, and now it's going to be a simple follow-up from Passy. Didn't really have to be that complicated, and Z Esports, they're absolutely unstoppable. Going down by 2, they're still able to find their comeback, and also, well, you know, they just didn't really get that comeback, but they were also like going for lots of flashy plays, and you know, that team pinch, it was incredible. And you know, Scream again just being a scoring machine, finding those double taps, like he does them twice in the series, and that's already a good mechanical display from Z Esports. And once again, we're gonna have like another close game, but for Puncture, that didn't really seem to be enough for them. It has to be game 3 right now, and it has to happen. Puncture, again, they had the perfect start. They had like 2-0 against Z Esports, but like in the end, they kind of let in some kind of like, I don't know, maybe some kind of like weird goals to go against them, and they managed to lose the lead. Um, we just need to see a similar performance from game 2, not defensively, but offensively, so they could be having a better chance when it comes to getting the reverse sweep. And I don't think we have seen any reverse sweep in this whole season so far. So you really wonder if that's going to be it, because Puncture, again, they're showing really good signs of life here and having decent plays in general. But yeah, the only way to find out is to see how game 3 can be played, like, especially for Puncture. It has to be now or nothing, because it is going really tough against them. Having to deal with a lot of mechanical plays, especially when it comes to um, Z Esports. Like, they're able to get these goals. It's like, yeah, they could go for flashy plays and they still maintain the position. Maybe not like in the first game, but yeah, they like in the second game they were able to pull all of that in a really clean way. And I'm not sure what is going on right now. It's gonna be a bit of a slow game as Puncture. They're gonna be playing with maybe 2v3. Not sure what is going on. No, I think we're gonna have to recreate the lobby. That's not gonna continue. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I think for Puncture, they're gonna have a small break, you know, as we get to fix everything up right now. And I think this is a good moment for them to like have a moment to reflect and like come up with a plan, like what we should be fixing, uh, like what we should do as a team to make that reverse sweep happen. Um, but yeah, maybe Z Sports can be losing that momentum. I'm not really sure though. I don't think it's gonna be taking that long. But yeah, for Puncture, it's like a quick break for them, and I think they really needed to have a moment to think and like be like, okay, what we should be doing against the esports, because we did everything seems to be going well in the second game, but in the end didn't really seem to be enough. But we're just right now waiting for the players to be joining in, as we had um, technical issues with the servers, I believe. So we're just waiting for the players to be joining in. It's not gonna be too long. They're already joining. We're just waiting for the other team, which I believe it is Z Esports. And yeah, they're already joining. So yeah, I was like, finally gonna start game 3. Is Puncture gonna bounce back? But we had those issues, and right now everything seems to be um, ready to go. Especially for Scream, he was like able to get MVP, I believe, maybe twice. You know, that's already uh, a good moment for them to feel really confident. Now Skadoosh with a 0 boost play here, but it's not gonna be for way too long. Scream taking over, but again the XL, that's really rotating back, just trying to build up the pressure very early on. And Tony with a shot, and that's gonna go in front of the defenders, and one goal lead goes to Puncture. I wasn't really expecting that to go in, but that was a quick follow from Tony, and it just looked extremely awkward for the Esports, and like maybe a little bit of mistrust between each others, and that was punishing them really quick. And Vladimir with a freestyling play already switched to the Dominus. The Exile, sending it really high. It's gonna be Scream. Again, he has to find a way to clear it. Tony, not the best place. Kadoosh with a normal shot on net, and they respond back 1-on-1. It's very interesting how it's going, like, because I think this game has a completely different approach um, to how it was like in the second and the first game. Now Scream with a little bit of a neutral kickoff. Now Skadoosh. Vladimir couldn't really find the touch, and now the Exile, he does, and Scream with a follow, and what an angle! Scream putting the team on the lead. And can't really have a decent accuracy without Scream going for these shots. Like, first it was the doubles, and right now it's just a simple, powerful shot coming from the left side right onto the net, and 2-1 on the board already in the third game. And there's like already a lot of back and forth. Both teams just like scoring possibly like non-stop, and nobody goes for the ball there. Now Vladimir with a clear. Cream. A bit of a weak touch, and it's gonna be followed up by Bassy. It's gonna be bouncing with the ceiling. Skadoosh, can he put the ball in? And he does. 2 goals lead for Z Esports, and it seems like everything that happens, it just goes for Z Esports' favor. Everything has been going very well for them. Yeah, yeah, they had a really awkward double commit and on goal at first, but they were able to bounce back very quickly. They're having their counters, they're having their mechanical plays too. So it seems like no matter how many mistakes they're gonna make, they're always able to find a way to bounce back. A lot of time remaining. Let's see if Puncture gonna be able to bounce back, and one-on-one play here from Vladimir to Skadoosh, but it's gonna be handled very easily. Now Passy. It's gonna be getting beat to the ball. Cream. It's gonna be a clear toward the midfield. The XL with a pass to Tony, but Tony could really make the most out of it, but it's gonna be denied, and Vladimir with a cleanup, and they still make that passing play work, even though, yeah, maybe it wasn't really the cleanest, but they were still able to be perfectly lined up for all of these plays. And 1-goal game right now, 3 minutes remaining. Let's see if Puncture can be able to surprising us here, and maybe have another passing play, or maybe even like those physical plays. We haven't really seen them in this game so far. Haven't seen any bumps or demos. Passy fails to control it, and okay, maybe that could have been a really okay, that could have been an insane play if that actually went in. Now Tony off the ceiling, or maybe off the backboard. Yeah, it's still gonna be off the ceiling though, but it's gonna be cleared away, and a lot of chaotic challenges are just getting thrown at the ball. Normally, like yeah, just 3 or 4 cars going for the ball. Passy getting dunked by Tony, but Scream, he's able to get the clear and prevent the ball from going in. And now Scream, so it's gonna be able to have enough time to control it. Now Vladimir again trying to come up with an offensive play. It's gonna be cleared away, and now Scream with a shot on net, and maybe a little bit of mistrust happens here for Puncture, but they're able to find a way to clear it, and still being down by 1. That was a really good clear. Now Passy already on the play. It's gonna be bouncing really high off the backboard. Now the XL finding another touch to keep the challenger away. Vladimir trying to make a play. Scream. The defense. Passy waiting for the shot to happen, and he gets the block right away. The XL, interesting dunk here, but we're not gonna see the follow-up, and Z Esports kinda looking awkward in the defense, but again they get away with it. Puncture having really good offensive plays and make it look really awkward, just like how it was in the first goal in this game. Now Scream, the solo play, the XL. He resets very well. Cream, maybe we're gonna see a flip reset, but not gonna see any of that. We're seeing possibly three jumps coming in from his teammate, and the XL he gets a block without even doing anything. So I'll give it a one-goal game, and I think one goal is just what's separating Puncture um, from getting swept to possibly starting the comeback and also having their reverse sweep. We haven't seen any of that in this whole season so far. Vladimir with a solo play. He misses the shot. It's going to be taken over by Passy. Going to find the angle. It's not going to be there. Tony already on the clear, and Skadoosh forcing a 50 to deny the counter play from Puncture. The XL with a shot. It's going to be a little bit too wide. Passy getting the follow up. Tony with a soft touch. It's going to be the XL. Again, we're seeing a lot of shots coming in, and Puncture eventually they find their way. With 10 seconds remaining, they finally get the equalizer. A lot of offensive plays coming in, even if it's not really going to go on net. They're forcing their opponents to go for so many clears, forcing them to use a lot of boost, and eventually they manage to find the space and they get the equalizer. 10 seconds left. So we could be seeing another overtime here, or maybe you're going to see a 0-second goal. It's going to be Scream with a shot. It's going to be a little bit too wide, and the ball is still alive unless they decide to. Okay, there's going to be killing it, and we're gonna go to an overtime. One goal is needed, like I said, for Puncture. Let's see if they could pull this one off again. It's gonna be Z Esports starting with lots of aggression from the start, and Tony with a tight save. Cream controlling the midfield. It's gonna be Passy going for the pass. It's gonna be Scream with a shot, and that was a beautiful placement. And Z Esports they take it in a sweep. Maybe it didn't really have to be that flashy, but everything seemed to be so quick from the very moment, like after the kickoff, Z Esport, they had like a lot of pressure, and it was like, yeah, it was definitely gonna be coming back at Puncture, and like it didn't really have to be that flashy in that overtime, but it just paid off so well for Z Esport, and being way too fast to the ball. I think that's all what mattered in the end. Didn't really have to be flashy or mechanical, but the placement was perfect. And Scream, he was definitely having insane accuracy. Like most of the times, he just goes for the ball. He's able to shoot it straight toward the net. And GG's and well played. That was incredible performance. And still another close game from Puncture, but they managed to fall short again against Z Sport. But that's it for today. And hope you guys enjoyed the show. And you remember to follow us here on Twitch at Liga Raketa, and also join the Discord. Type !Discord in the chat to join the community. And that's the best way to stay updated for any news related to Liga Raketa. And once again, I've been Rydro. I'll see you guys in the next stream, which is going to be tomorrow. See ya. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Southeast Rocket League Championship Season 5. This is week number 7, day number 2, presented by Phoenix Blue and Challenger Mode. I'm going to be your host and caster, Rydro, and today we've got crucial series ahead. Renegades versus OnlyTheFamily. OnlyTheFamily, they're standing in the 5th placement right now, and they need this series. They need to get a 3-0 to squeeze themselves to make it to top 4. And Renegades, they also going to be fighting to secure that top 4 placement to make it to the playoffs, which is going to be in 17th January. And it's definitely going to be a close series. I think it's definitely going to be close because both teams going to be giving it their best shots right now, and especially for OnlyTheFamily, they really need it right now. And there's not going to be any time, or like I don't think there's going to be any time to mess around or like go for flashy plays, or I'm also wondering like if we're gonna see those demos, honestly, but it's definitely gonna be exciting series here, Renegades versus OnlyTheFamily, and there are like maybe 5 good teams in this season, and only 4 of them gonna make it, and in this series, it's gonna be the series that's gonna be deciding it. If it's gonna be Renegades to secure their placement, or it's gonna be only the family potentially delivering a big upset and beating Renegades. It's only time to find out when we get the series to start. And before we get to start, I'm expecting 3-1 for Renegades, and for the second series, I'm expecting 3-2 for VeNoM Gaming. This is my predictions before we get to start anything. And I know you guys could also have your own predictions in the chat right now, but this is my guessing, and I really hope only the family prove me wrong in this because I would love to see them. I would love to see a big upset happen, or like maybe, like at the last day, they would be having a clutch performance to make it to the playoffs. Again, like I said, only 4 teams gonna make it, and only the family. They're like in the fifth placement in the standings, so they just need one win. They need to get a 3-0 to get more points, so they could climb up the standings and just make it to top 4. But if that happens, that will mean Renegades will not make it. But I think if Hoodie joins in, he's definitely going to be helping out a lot when it comes to having that kind of clutch feeling. And, no room for freestyling, like I said, unless they're going to be winning. I'm not really sure. But it's going to be definitely going to be interesting and exciting to see. It's just like as we wait longer, it just the excitement keeps on building up, and I can't really wait to see the players to be joining in the lobby, and I can't wait to see the first kickoff, and we get to start everything off from there. Also, like in the second series, we can have Z Esports versus VeNoM Gaming, and if you guys don't know VeNoM Gaming, it is Bread Esports, but they got acquired by an org called VeNoM Gaming, of course. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be like this is also gonna be the first and last series they're gonna be playing under VeNoM here in the league play. So it's definitely gonna be another exciting series because not only it's gonna be against the esports, but also since they just got signed up, and I think they need to have like some kind of impression, like like they just got signed and they need to prove themselves that yeah they could do this and they could do that. While also the esport, um, they had really good performance yesterday against Puncture, even though it was like one goal games all the time, but they still managed to get a sweep against Puncture. They still looked good, even though they were like maybe potentially maybe freestyling or just having fun in general, and they still managed to get the win 3-0. And they have like the second placement. Um, Z Esports and VeNoM Gaming, they're like on top 2 teams right now. So even if they lose any, I don't think it's gonna be hurting them that much. Except for Renegades. Back again to the first series of today, which is Renegades versus OnlyTheFamily. And for Renegades, they need to you know ignore messing around and maybe play more seriously. And same thing goes for OnlyTheFamily. It has to be their time. It has to be their time to shine right now and squeeze themselves and find their way to make it to top 4. I think the players are joining the lobby right now, so I don't think it's gonna be taking that long until we get things started. So hope you guys are also feeling excited just as much as I am. We have the all players here. I think we have Anthony, Dread, and Just, and I think they are like players for all of the family. Yeah, they're joining in the teams, and it is starting. It is starting right now, and yeah, I kind of wish it starts right now. Like, I kind of wish it just started a lot earlier because when I saw it on the Wikipedia page, I was like, oh wow, this is gonna be really interesting series to watch, especially for Renegades and only the family. Only one will be walking away to secure their spot in the fourth placement. And right now it's time to find out. Is it gonna be Renegades securing their place, or it's gonna be only the family? Just with a bit of a wide shot, he goes for the back pass. And Anthony, his shot's gonna be denied very quickly. Anthony using the corner. Not gonna be resulting in anything that much though, but Dread forcing a 50, keeping the ball at the blue side for now. In 30 seconds, they're still building up the pressure. Anthony with a shot on net, and that's gonna be the first goal in the series. Anthony putting the team on the lead, and the pressure right after the kickoff, it just pays off so well. Not only that, but also the placement. It seemed to be uh, quite far from the last defender. Couldn't really get there in the perfect time. Let's see if OnlyTheFamily gonna be extending the lead, because this is only the start. But they had a really good start for sure. They had to put pressure in 30 seconds only, and that quickly resulted in a goal. Who did? His shot gonna be cleared away by Dread, already in the counter. And then could he get something done? He goes for the shot, gonna be on the backboard. Tokyo with a clear. Now Dread. It's gonna be a whiff, Tokyo. And Anthony, not the cleanest touch, but keeps it away for now. Dread off the wall. It's gonna be Anthony missing another ball, and Hoodie coming in with a quick punishment, and we're gonna have a tied up game. We have seen those whiffs happening twice, and this one was crucial. Every player seemed to be racing to that save, and Hoodie with a powerful shot on net. There is like no way for anybody to get there in time, and we get to see a very similar goal, you know, and we get to see another one. Okay, who did just right after the kickoff in like a few seconds later. Not sure what is going on, but it's a bit of unlucky play for OnlyTheFamily. It was like just bouncing from a car to another, and they lose that one goal lead very quickly as soon as the game gets tied up. And you know, it had to be Hooded again. So as I was speaking before, Hooded, if he joins in, it has to be a clutch performance from Renegades. And they are already in that track, and a bit of a double commit, but they're still gonna be fine for now. Now Dread. Not a lot of boost though, but still able to make a play. Now Hooded with a flip reset. Could he get the use of that? And that's gonna be Hooded with a mind game, tricking everybody here in that play. Didn't even use his flip at all. But, you know, he just went for a low shot, and, you know, sometimes you just gotta keep it simple. And that's already 2 goals lead for Renegades, and, you know, I think it's like 2 minutes in, and Hooded and Renegades, they're, like, already having fun in this. In such a crucial series. Loco on the counter, it's gonna be just. Give it on the walls. Tokyo sending it right back. Just again with another defensive play on the walls. But it couldn't get the read. Anthony off the wall. Dread. Really tough bounce to read. So he's gonna have to let this one go. Dread going for a pass. Or maybe a pass for himself. And that's gonna be the second goal for Anthony. Or excuse me, it's gonna be for OnlyTheFamily. And you know, from that play, I think maybe he just tried to go for a pass, but instead he actually realized that, yeah, he's gonna have enough time to make the turn and just go for the ball. And that was the goal already for OnlyTheFamily. Dread coming in with another play after the kickoff, but it's not gonna be resulting in that much. And again, Tokyo on the counter, uses the corner, but the ball's gonna be bouncing out. It's gonna be right in the middle. Loco with a shot. Anthony clears it away. It's gonna be a 50 in the air, and OnlyTheFamily again, they're breaking through in the defense, like having their offensive plays. So it's almost like, yeah, even if Renegades they're applying the pressure against them, they're still able to find their clears and have the moments where they're gonna be having really good shots on net. Tokyo off the backboard, and now it is gonna be following that one up. And Tokyo with a big demo, but it's not gonna be resulting in a goal very quickly, even though it just created the space for them. Hooded with a pass. It's gonna be denied, but a double commit just is there to fix that one up. And for OnlyTheFamily, they're kinda struggling to find some space and finally get that. But they're kinda low on boost, and they have been going under pressure for so long right now. Loco. This shot gonna be cleared away and forcing a 50. They're holding onto that 1 goal lead. Tokyo. His attempt to clear it away. Anthony with a ground shot. Gonna be cleared to the other side by Hooded. And again, we're seeing more 50s in the midfield, especially from OnlyTheFamily. They had the same strategy in the beginning, and they're going for the same thing again. there's no time left in the clock. They need to get something done very quickly. I haven't really seen any demos except for Tokyo getting some demos against OnlyTheFamily, and that's all about it. And as I mentioned it's gonna be Dread, and just with an open net, and we get to see an equalizer. Wow. I just mentioned the physical plays, and they get to deliver so quickly. And that was really fast. I'm quite impressed from OnlyTheFamily to come up with their um, very known playstyle in a very important moment as well, and they get to equalize the game. 30 seconds left though. Can we see another goal to be sneaked in, or it's gonna be an overtime here in the first game? Hooded getting past two players, going for the center ball. Dread didn't really find a powerful clear in now Tokyo. That's a lot of boost, and Hooded could be going for his last offensive play. It's gonna be a miss, and Anthony, not the best touch again. Now just sending it to the corner. The ball is still alive though, and Loco keeping it high. Tokyo maybe back to Hooded, but Anthony decided to kill the ball, and we're gonna go to an overtime in the first game. Both teams are like just pushing at each other's. Both teams are like swinging really hard. Now Hooded off the backboard, couldn't really find the angle, although he got the read. Now Tokyo is gonna be continuing the work. Now Loco off the ceiling with a shot. It's gonna be bouncing really wide. Hooded with a follow. It's gonna be blocked by Dread. Tokyo on the corner. Anthony sending it right back to the blue side. Hooded getting dunked by Anthony. Anthony also getting a bump right back. Just with a back pass. Anthony getting a decent touch for now. And we're seeing those demos right now, but again they're coming from Renegades. Just sending it to the left side. Dread getting a demo against Tokyo. This is going to be leaving a big gap in the defense of Renegades, and Dread missing the shot, and that was crucial for them. That's going to have been the goal to finish this one off, but still having the pressure, and it can't come them out yet. And Dread with a shot on net. It's going to be cleared away once again. Anthony forcing the ball to stay there as long as possible. Let's see how OnlyTheFamily going to be maintaining the offensive pressure, because they have been doing all of that for like 1 minute straight without ever letting go. And Renegades, they're still holding very strongly, not really making any big mistakes so far. They're able to get that clear and also having their offensive play for now. Anthony with a redirect. Just could you find the read of the wall? It's going to be cleared by Loco. Hooded sending it to the corner. Anthony with one-on-one play. That was a momentary one-on-one. Just the wall's gonna be sent back by Tokyo. Anthony sends it high. Hooded taking his time, and that's a very unique play from Hooded after a lot of pressure. Just going for a slow and careful approach, getting himself a breathing room, and same thing goes for his teammate. Now Tokyo with a shot on target. It's gonna be cleared away by Anthony, followed by Dread, trying to get a clear. Hooded with a follow off the back ball, but it's not gonna be in. And again, we're seeing really good shots so far from both teams. Every time they have the ball, they're able to get something done, and that is really dangerous for the opposing team. Anthony securing the boost, but couldn't really secure the ball. And the ball is still in need of a big clear for OnlyTheFamily. Loco, the perfect spot to... Okay, what a dunk from Loco. He was at the perfect spot for that potential clear, and he was able to win a big dunk later on, and there was no way to fix that one up. Renegades, they take the first game in an overtime, and that was incredible performance, especially from OnlyTheFamily. They managed to push very well against their opponents, and even in the first minute and also in the first few seconds from this game, they were able to have a really good pressure. It seemed like they weren't just ball chasing and keeping the ball up and like keep it there aimlessly. They were having decent shots, and they were really forcing Renegades to clear the ball away and just like keep going for save after save. OnlyTheFamily, that was like a really good showing from them. But like Renegades, again, they were like able to have possibly better mechanics, and they had maybe um, these kind of like solo plays where it's gonna be saving them when it comes to like being in the right position. And I think like, that's like the mechanical advantage that Renegade could be having against only the family. You know, of course, like after a tough first game and a really close result, Anthony clears it away, even though it was going in really accurately. Dread gonna be getting denied really quickly. Anthony on the back wall. It's not gonna be followed up. Just he's there to follow it up. Loco goes for a midfield pass. Put it with a booming clear right now. And you know, for OnlyTheFamily, they did very well, even though they lost the game. I really liked how they were playing like. Dread with the solo play, can he finish it off though? Tokyo, not the cleanest hit, and follow up by Just. And we get to see another time where OnlyTheFamily, they get to score first in... okay, that's like really good play from Dread. I really liked how he delayed his flick and, you know, didn't really go for the shot really fast, you know. And that was a good 1v1 play, even though it got kind of stopped by Tokyo, and the follow was just way too quick from Just to secure that one in, and Just, what a follow-up here, that's a very interesting play. And I think that was like few inches away from him, like also the wall, and extending the lead very quickly as soon as they get to score the first goal, and I think this could be a huge confidence booster for OnlyTheFamily. The fact that they had a very close game against Renegades, they lost it in an overtime, and right now, having 2 goals from the start, this is like this is the best thing you can ever ask for. But it's gonna go in like that, like it's just gonna be slowly bouncing, and nobody gonna hit the ball. First it was like Hoodie with a solo play, and okay, that was Tokyo getting his hands on the ball somehow, and you know it was still within, even though he was like maybe I don't know, maybe he just like touched the ball and that's it. Like didn't really do that much when it comes to changing the direction of where the ball was going at. The lead is cut in half right now, and you know, especially like at this level when a player misses the ball or maybe they don't really get the touch that you have been expecting, it really throws everybody off in the field, and you know it just kind of creates that kind of whiff reaction. Like it just comes from everybody because you know at this level everybody gonna be expecting to hit everything that they're trying to go for. And it has been happening even in the first game. We've seen a couple of whiffs coming from OnlyTheFamily. Some of them were crucial, but in general, they still managed to have a close game against Renegades. And right now, with 1 goal lead, and they need to find a way to step up their defense to maintain it because there's still plenty of time remaining on the clock. Man, that could also mean more time for Renegades to bounce back and also you know, tighten up their defense and stop allowing OnlyTheFamily to have the ball. Anthony to the midfield, Loco sending it right back, and a double commit happens. It's up to Dread right now. He misses the ball, and Hoodie with another punishment, and he's able to show up in every important situation, and the game gets tied up. Renegades making their way up and forcing the mistakes to happen. Seeing the chaos in the defense of the OnlyTheFamily, they're able to, you know, get something done from like any time these situations happen. They're like able to get the punishment coming at them really quickly. And now OnlyTheFamily, they need to find a way to do it again. They had the perfect shot, but it didn't really stay for that long. We still got like 2 minutes left, and that is a really quick comeback from Renegades. Hoodie with a shot, and that was a naughty angle from Hoodie to also put the team on the lead. Now nothing too flashy, but just a placement, and as soon as Anthony turned around, the shot was coming at high speed, and there was like no way to react to that as quick as possible. And now they don't only have to find a way to go back in the lead, they need to tap the game, so they're like up by 2, and right now they lose the lead, and they have the game to be tied up, but like they also go down by 1. Tokyo, interesting dunk with the solo play. He goes for the pass. It's gonna be up to Dread, going for a solo play. He's able to get the flip reset, but Hooded looking really calm in the defense, but kind of looking too awkward. Can OnlyTheFamily capitalize on that, but it's gonna be sent all the way back. Dread with a read maybe off the ceiling. It's gonna be a mess. Now Loco with a really good clear, just. And now Dread getting dunked. But again, we're not seeing a follow-up, but lots of panic happening from OnlyTheFamily. Loco is gonna be blocked very quickly. Hooded trying to gain control. Again, Dread showing the face of Hooded every single time where he's gonna be having the ball and just denying his flashy plays and not really letting him to get anything too fancy so far. Just again, it's gonna be denied. Dread. Interesting dunk here, but the ball just like going back and forth from these bounces. It somehow like works for Renegades' advantage. It's gonna be bouncing with the corner just with an open net, and that's gonna do it. We get to see another equalizer happens here, like in the last few seconds of the game, and we're kind of having flashbacks here. The first game also it was like tied up at 3-3, and right now we're seeing the same result. So it's a very close series already. Now one goal could possibly deny in overtime here. Big miss, but we're not gonna see a quick punishment. Put it. Maybe he wasn't really there in that play. And Loco, a little bit of an awkward defensive play, but they still find a way to clear it. And just with a shot, it's gonna be bouncing all the way out. Now Loco, not a lot of boost to get that second touch of the wall. It's gonna be up to Tokyo with a shot on net. It's gonna be saved by Just. The last 10 seconds, can you see a crazy counter? Or maybe gonna go to another overtime. Dread with a shot, and this one gonna deny in overtime. Dread putting the team back on the lead at the last 3 seconds, unless a miracle happens and Renegades, they tie up the game right after the kickoff. Can they do it? Renegades, they need to step it up before the series gets to be tied up, where things get a lot problematic for them, and it's also gonna be way too close, and they definitely need to find a way to avoid that. The ball is still alive. Who did? Also helping in that, and just keep it up really high, but Loco, what a shot, and it's not gonna go in. OnlyTheFamily, they managed to tie up the series 1-1. You know, that equalizer didn't really pay off in the first game, but they make it work in the second game. And again, that's like a very fantastic performance from both teams we're seeing. It's not like there's like this team who is doing bad. It's like this team is just doing great, but the other one is doing greater. And it's like it's already building up the excitement. And you know, 1-1. I think possibly we're gonna see a game 5 here. Like from how things are looking so far. I don't know, but like OnlyTheFamily, this is like a different showing for them. I haven't really seen them performing like this the whole season. And you know, as they have the most important uh, series, they get to have that performance that gives them maybe a lot of confidence right now to go for it, because it's not just gonna be a normal series to play in the league play. It has to be now, because they need to find a way to make it to top 4. And you know, it's gonna be interesting, because are we also gonna see another close 1-goal game in like the third game, or maybe things gonna change? Because you know, after losing the overtime in the first game, I liked how they didn't really let that get them, and they were like, all right, we have been doing well. It just overtime kind of got us. But Tokyo starting with an early lead in 9 seconds only. It was all coming down from Hooded solo play, and then like it was kind of cleared away. But Tokyo finding the way to put the ball right on the middle, and you know, right over the top. And again, we're seeing a couple of solo plays from Renegades. Again, it's just a mechanical advantage that I've been talking about earlier. Just like happens again. But so far we have seen a couple of mistakes also in the defense where they can't allow only the family to have like simple shots on net. And that's possibly coming down from Dread efforts where he just goes for the demos and like, you know, forces the fear on Renegades. Like they have to keep on avoiding the demos, but Tokyo looking really calm in another solo play. Can he find the net, but it's not gonna go in. Loco with a shot on target, it's gonna be saved by Dread. And Tokyo maybe faking his shot, he's still able to get it high. Interesting passing play, but it's gonna be Anthony. Getting a solo touch, followed by Dread. Going through a lot of pressure so far. And you know, it's kind of like going back and forth. Who do you do the shot? And this one also gonna go in. 2-0 already for Renegades. And you know, this is like the first time where we get to see them starting first. And once they do it, it seems like they're unstoppable once they get these goals going. Especially when it comes to Hoodie getting these kind of goals and like forcing the mistakes to happen. Knowing how to force only the family to panic. Go for a lot of mechanical plays. Interesting play, but Dread kind of waiting for his turn after Hoodie finished from that maybe flip reset. It's gonna be a wide open net for now, but Dread can really find a way to get there right in time. The ball didn't really seem to be in a perfect spot for only the family, even though that left the net wide open. Loco with a booming clear, it's gonna be sent to the corner, and two players getting demolished, and it's gonna be Dread. Make it 3, and make it 4. Anthony just chilling and you know, just being right behind the ball, waiting for the demos to happen, so he could have like an easy shot. Now Hoodie with a powerful shot, and Anthony interesting clear. And really nice read as well to, you know, maybe they don't have to readjust himself that much. Just go for a nice doink, and they're already in the counter. Hoodie, seeing a lot of air dribbling plays from Hoodie. Same thing to those flip resets, but I don't think we have seen a flip reset goal so far. Interesting play from Dread to set it up for his teammate, but it's gonna be cleared by Tokyo. Anthony trying to pitch the ball away. Hoodie. Now again Dread, or maybe it's gonna be back to Hoodie again, and Loco getting a demo against only the family. But we're seeing those demos, but nobody's able to capitalize on those moments. It seems like everybody looking extremely tight, where even if you get rid of a player, there's like always gonna be somebody else. It's kind of like you cut off an head, and then like there's like 2 more of them. This is like the same situation for both teams right now. They could demo as much as you want. They're still able to maintain their position. With 1.5 minutes right now, and still only the family completely scoreless. Seems like the entire time it has always been try to resist the pressure, and Tokyo make it 3-0 in this game, and they're looking kind of like a whole different team. Renegades, like, yeah, we had close games, but right now this is a different story here for Renegades. They're like not really allowing simple goals to go in. Instead, they're like barely making any mistakes, and every single time where only the family they have a chaotic moment in the defense, or like maybe some kind of like miscommunication where nobody's able to tell who's like really gonna hit the ball and clear it away. They're able to strike without even giving them enough time to think about it. And 1 minute left. What could only the family do to make the comeback? Because they got like their comebacks in the first and second game. That could have been a goal, but unlucky, I would say, for only the family, because they got like they're getting those demos, but it could have been the moment for them to start maybe the potential comeback. But again, the defense of Renegades is truly something, and that he can't really get rid of very quickly. And what a redirect from Loco! The moment you think they're done, you better think twice when you think like that. And that was insane from Loco. That was extremely unpredictable. I thought like, yeah, maybe they just maybe keeping the ball away, and but like an insane redirect like that, I definitely wasn't expecting that, and I think nobody saw it coming in that moment at all. But 4-0 for them, I think that's like a big win so far. Yeah, it still gave you 2-1 in the series because again, OnlyTheFamily, they're having really good plays, but after like having close games and why not get to have like 4-0 when you have like mechanical plays too, you're definitely gonna be feeling even more confident uh, going in the next game, and they're like one game away from securing the fourth placement, and like OnlyTheFamily, like they need to have a perfect performance, or yeah, they definitely need to have a perfect performance. They can't really risk losing any more games. They could just like lose one, and they gonna be losing the whole series. So um, maybe it has to be like game five. I don't know. Like I was kind of saying, it could be going to a game five from how the first two games were. But like after this game, like here, game number three, 4-0 for Renegades, it kind of shows maybe possibly a different result here. Those mechanical plays are again showing up for Renegades, and it seems like Renegades being Renegades, just like always. It's like yeah, even if it's like gonna be a clutch series, they need to be playing in. They're still able to have their own fun, and they're able to do it, and they're also able to win. Maybe they're like able to win games in like in a very dominant way where they gave you just chilling and having fun, because in the first two games we haven't really seen those mechanical plays. We have seen solo plays, yeah, like flip resets and all, but not the usual mechanical plays that Renegades go for. And the moment they do it, they get to win 4-0. So it's almost like they were suppressing themselves not to go for uh, nice looking plays. And yeah, this is exactly what I'm talking about. We get to start with like 10 seconds in only, and we get to see a pre-jump passing play from them. They're trying to also get the flips in this game already. Who did? Uh, Trying to get a back pass to Tokyo. Tokyo with a read. Could he find the net? It's going to be a little bit too high. Anthony clears it away. Who did? Again, trying to gain control. Gets a ceiling pinch. And Loco gonna get there in time. Tokyo still controlling the ball, having a 1v1 play. He gets a fake, uh, maybe it was like Dread or like Anthony. Like with that backflip, like sometimes you don't really have to hit the ball. Just make yourself look like you're about to do so, but you just gotta leave it. Now Tokyo, can he find the read? And again, he's going for a lot of these kind of plays where he gets to maybe passes it to himself from the walls, and he goes for an insane read, but we haven't really seen them working, but they're kind of being close. You definitely need to give him maybe an A for the attempt at least. Hooded with a very slow play, and so far it has been like Hooded. He has been like the one who's, you know, buying some time and like setting everything up for his teammates. He's not gonna be the one who's getting involved in these mechanical plays. Mostly it has been like Tokyo and Loco in this game so far, and I think it's only about Tom, where he's gonna be feeling a little bit too bored, and he also feels like, yeah, all right, you guys had your turn, and now it's mine. And what a shot! But it's not gonna go in. It's gonna be a little bit too wide. And 2 minutes in, and we still haven't seen the first goal. And I think this is the longest that we have been going without seeing the first goal. Usually, we get to see the first goal happens very quickly. And Tokyo, incredible placement, putting it near the post, and finally get to see the first goal. I just mentioned it, and they get to deliver. You remember the first game where I mentioned those bumps and demos, and OnlyTheFamily, they match the score. Right now, I just mentioned that. All right, we have been going for a little bit too long, and nobody has scored yet. And you know, they get to deliver very quickly. I'm so glad that everything is going just like what the script says. Maybe they just needed a bit of a reminder for that. Tokyo, could he find the angle, but it's not gonna be too close. Who did? Forcing the ball to stay there. Everybody seems to be overcommitted, but again, they're having really good pressure. If everybody overcommits to it, and they're able to maintain their position and like everything else, definitely a good thing to have. And Loco beating the defender with that placement just right behind him and like already 2-0 for them. Seems like you can't really control the ball, even in your own half. Tokyo proving that you can't even control it. It's never gonna be safe as long as you gonna be a player from Renegades in your area. That means they're not done, especially with the redirect earlier that we have seen. So they could come at you out of nowhere. And a bit of an awkward play, but it's gonna be hooded again with another punishment, 3-0 for them. And you know, again, it's not a bad thing to try and gain some control, but it seems like the attempt has been very sluggish, and you know, Renegades, they're able to read that so well. You know, after like winning the previous game, they're like having extra confidence to go for any play they want to. They're able to push like as far as possible, and they're able to get away with it because they have the edge right now. They got like 3 goals, and they could go for more, even if they concede 1 or 2. The morals must be really high for them. And I think that's what's really important, especially in a very important game. And bit of an attempt to get a team pinch, but that's not gonna work. 1 minute in half, we still haven't seen the first goal. And you know, for Renegades, they weren't only able to get these flashy goals against him, but they were also able to keep the opposing team completely scoreless. And that could have been a perfect moment for OnlyTheFamily to get the shot on net. But it seems like nobody's expecting such a bad whiff. Just couldn't find the flip reset or maybe even the second touch. But Anthony helping out in the pressure to keep the ball there. Renegades. Again, they're still keeping OnlyTheFamily scoreless. Where it looks like it's going to be nearly impossible to get anything done right now. They're having good pressure. They're able to finally have their hands on the ball. But in general, not a lot of time remaining, and it's going for kind of like similar um, result as the previous game. But this time it's just gonna be a pinch, but not the pinch that we'd expect to happen. It's from you and your opponent, and it just goes straight into your net. And I think this is like um, the final nail on the coffin. But we still have a lot of time here, like maybe 30 seconds. We can still see another goal, unless maybe one of the teams just decides to stop, stop scoring. Um, Loco sending it right into the middle. It could be just, you know, maybe it could be a solo play or just maybe an open net. Or what a fake from Hooded, but he couldn't really finish it off. Just getting the demo on Hooded, and Anthony is saying that not like that. You guys can't do us this dirty. So and Renegades, they take it 3-1. They avoid the close series that we have been expecting. And GG's, I mean, that was, again, that was lovely performance from OnlyTheFamily. That was great showing again. But in general, it was like Renegades were like, all right, we're not gonna be playing like that. We just need to be ourselves and like ignore the fact that it's a very important series. We're not gonna let that get us to be feeling maybe a little bit more stressed. So they just went for that let's have fun approach, and that really worked very well for them. And I think that's a very normal thing to have as long as you have Hooded in your team, and I think that feeling just comes in naturally. And they managed to take the win and secure the fourth placement. GG's and well played. We're gonna go through a small break so we could prepare the next series, which is gonna be Z Sports versus VeNoM Gaming. Stay tuned, and we'll see you guys there. Hello and welcome everybody to the second series of today, and once again it's gonna be sponsored by Phoenix Blue and Challenger Mode. I'm Rydro, and Alpine gonna be joining me to cast the second series, which is gonna be Z Sports versus VeNoM Gaming. How are you feeling about this series, Alpine?
Definitely going to be the most interesting series of the league, in my opinion, because this is going to be the fight for number one, or actually in Bread's case, for number two spot in our league. And Z Esports looking to take the win today, but they're going to have a tough opponent. We have Bread, who have been picked up by an organization, VeNoM Gaming, and this is actually going to be a really interesting series.
How do you think the fact that they got signed by now are going to be affecting their mentality in this series? Like, do you think that's going to be like adding more excitement, or do you think that's like going to be completely normal for them? Because like they'd be like kind of you know playing all by themselves, and they still managed to stick together for like a whole different season. Like it was like season 4, and they had like the same roster. They weren't even signed by an org or anything. And right now they're like near end of the season. They get signed by an org. So do you think that's gonna be like having them to be feeling more excited to play, or that's like yeah, just like another day, another bread to win?
I think it's definitely going to motivate them, and because having an org up on your shoulders is going to be a real wind in the back, or it's going to really help them to bring as much as they can to this series, because I think they're going to have to do so if they want to take this series.
And before we start, like, do you have like any predictions when it comes to the score result?
I think Z Esports are going to be taking this series 3-1.
And interesting because I was like guessing it will be like 3-1 for Renegades at first, and we get that 3-1. And then like in the middle of the series, I was like seeing close games. I was like, it could be game 5 if it's gonna continue like that, but it didn't. It was like Renegades really stepping up their game, and they continued on dominating. Um, like right now, I'm expecting VeNoM Gaming to be winning 3-2. I'm expecting very close games, and I'm expecting at least 2 overtimes this series.
Yeah, I mean, that could happen. Like, this series could go either way. But definitely, the Z Sports roster is going to affect this series. Uh, but as we see players coming in, we see Scream playing today. That's definitely a big boost in their gameplay. And VeNoM can, like as I said, this series can definitely go either way. And I think VeNoM could as well be taking this series. But in my opinion, it's Z, and we're gonna see.
Yeah, and not only that, but like also since you have like mentioned Scream, like you should have definitely seen how he was playing yesterday. It was like hitting double taps, like hitting crazy angles, like left and right, like just make it look like it was so easy. It's like they're playing a casual game instead of like playing in an actual tournament. And that was like really good showing from Z Sports yesterday. You know, having crazy angles, really good accuracy most of the times. Also having mechanical plays too. Like yeah, they had like 3-0 against Puncture. If I look closely, they were like 1 goal games. But it seems like only Renegades. They're like the only team who could go for freestyling plays, and they could still like have their opponents to be completely scoreless and avoid having like 1 goal game, even when they're like confident to be winning games. Like for VeNoM Gaming, I think yeah, I think it's gonna be like mixed feelings. Like yeah, I think they're definitely gonna be feeling really excited, but like at the same time, they're gonna be representing an org, and like I think both teams they don't really have that much to lose. They're already make it to top 4, but everybody wants to have like sweet spot to have like in the first place to show everybody else that they are the best team. They could beat everybody here, and there's like no no argument about that. So um, we're having the players to be joining in, and Acritic, I think last time also Z Sport they had like some kind of solo plays. I believe it was like maybe against Quantum Kios, and they had like plenty of solo plays. It was like Acritic going for a lot of dribbles and all, while Hoppity Hoy being a defensive god, just like how he does it every single time. He's being really confident and consistent in the defense. And right now we could be having like potentially 2 good players, um, not to the same side, who are also good at those solo plays. And there you go with the start.
We got the series underway as Bread, or actually VeNoM, now is putting up some early pressure, and now on the counter attack, Scream puts
Oh,
it top left corner. Brilliant pass by Passy, and Scream puts it away.
yeah, that was a clean pass straight into the middle of Scream face, and like, he just could continue on with a simple follow-up and just go for a really difficult placement where nobody could be able to get a save. And Hobbit going for a delayed kickoff to have that early control, but it's gonna be Acrobatic following this one up, and again another follow. Now Hobbit again in the defensive area, which is something that we have seen a lot. Where Hobbit if he's like he's a player who is defending, and again he gets like another save. As I just mentioned, he's just that good in the defense, and it never fails to show up.
Yeah, Hopotihoy, definitely a big icon in VeNoM Esports defense. And now when he's gone,
Oh.
Z Esports get a second goal. Skadoosh, or actually Paxi with the pass, and Skadoosh just actually gets the weirdest touch we have seen today. And 2-0
Yeah, maybe
for
just
Z.
yeah, maybe he just like wanted to have those extra points, because maybe his teammate got a goal already, and he's like, all right, well, it can't be your goal again or something like that. Well, he had to do his work, and it's already 2-0 for them. But kind of unusual to see from VeNoM Gaming to be leading such easy goals like that against them, where everybody seems to be overcommitted, and even Hoy seems to be nowhere to be seen. But there's still time to bounce back. Really good attempt though. They're having the passing plays, and another follow, and Hoy, this time he shows up in the offense, 2-1 on the board.
Yeah, Scream showing up big. This is his second brilliant save this series. This time won't be enough to save the net as Hopotihoy comes in and puts away another one. And who knows, maybe as you mentioned earlier, maybe Passy is grinding the playmaker, the challenges, and he needs the assists. And as I'm speaking of assists, Scream, with a brilliant 1v1, gets actually saved, and Passy there for the follow-up.
Yeah, well, this time we get to see Passy not getting an assist, but getting an actual goal this time. So that's like very interesting
Step up, yeah.
thing to see. And they take their 2 goals lead right back, so it's already like 3-1. But again, that was like a really good passing play. Didn't really have enough time to talk about that because yeah, even if it got saved, they were able to show up and able to get that follow up. Hobbitihoy showed up like in a very crucial moment, and really good demo from Skadoosh to create a space, but nobody was able to capitalize on that. And now it's all up to Scream. Takes it high, goes for a flashy play. He gets his flip reset, but he doesn't really need to use it. And what a play from Scream!
Yeah, actually, Paxi getting a demo on a Crotic, I believe it was, or actually
Oh,
Hopotihoy, and just Scream just walks it in. Paxi is showing how brilliantly does demos work. And Z get a fourth goal with 2.5, or a bit more than 2.5 minutes remaining, and actually going for a air passing play. It doesn't really work out for them, but Z Esports definitely looking like the better team so far.
yeah, they're definitely looking like a better team right now. They seem to be very well organized in their offensive play. It doesn't really seem to be like, yeah, they're just shooting the ball or just maybe getting some kind of touches that doesn't really last very long. They're able to get something very nicely done. Like, they're having their passing plays, for example. They're seeing each other's, finding their ways to get their team plays to work. Like, yeah, maybe they don't always have to pass the ball to each others, but they're also able to get the demo like that. For example, like letting Scream to take as much time as possible in the air as he gives his teammates on the ground to get a demo, and they had an easy goal. Skadoosh with a shot from the middle, but it's gonna be denied. And again, like 3 goals lead with 1 minute and a half, and this could be an open net goal, but it's gonna be denied again by Passy. And again, they're looking solid in the defense. And okay, I just mentioned it, and I think maybe I need to be careful not to jinx anybody. I just need to stop mentioning how good the defense is for both teams, and I think we're gonna be good.
Z showing how good they are in defense, and an attack. And actually, as you mentioned, how you can jinx teammates, Hopatihoy with a shot. Nobody in the defense was kind of
Oh,
open, but unfortunately only hits the post. And now we see Z with a counter attack. Parsi, early shot, saved by Mario, and now VeNoM with the counter attack. Unfortunate miss by Hopatihoy. And Scream dribbles past Mario. 1v1 for Scream. Cut off by Acrotic from the back.
oh, what a pass! Passy couldn't
And
really find the shot. It was wide open. That could have been another nice passing play to add it in their performance after this game, but they really failed to put the ball on net. Like he even failed to get the shots in the first place. But again, they don't really need to score anymore. They are definitely winning this, so it has to be in the next game for VeNoM Gaming. But it's kind of like a bit of a disappointing showing, honestly, because they didn't always let such easy goals to go against them again. But like maybe it just overall seems to be Z Esports. Again, they're able to find the weakness, and every touch they get, it seems like going directly toward the net and forcing um, VeNoM to be defending, and like they take it 4-1 here. That's again a really good showing from Z Esports, and I really wonder if that's going to continue like that, or maybe it's gonna be VeNoM to, you know, like they also got like a coach in their side and he's also playing. So I think this is like a really good moment for them to reflect back and see what really went wrong, to maybe share some kind of like advices and all, because again VeNoM, they had decent shots on net. Like if you wanna look at the amounts of the shot they got, like 11, that's even more than Z Sport. They got like 10, but it just seems to be quality over quantity here at the end. But again, that's like a really good thing for VeNoM to have, because yeah, it's showing that they're able to get the shots going. They're able to have their offensive plays, but everything seems like nothing seems to be connecting or resulting to be productive shots for them.
yeah, Z showing that they're definitely here to win. They're not messing around. And we have to mention that Bread were doing quite well actually in the last game. Even though they lost by 3 goals, it was still a decent showing by them. As Mario gets an epic save, and Hopatihoy here with no boost, attacking Scream, but gets some stalls in the way, maybe to confuse the enemy. Doesn't really work out for them, and now Scream so fakes out one player. Scream can't connect. He's so dangerous in these. Even that was a 1v3 and he still looks really dangerous. Not many players can do that. And Scream here beats Mario. Krotik alone in defense. Hopatihoy now back. Scream with a flip reset attempt gets actually blocked. And now Skadoosh being careful not to overcommit, as that could be something that could cost them this game. But so far they've been really cautious about their plays in attack, and as you said earlier, they're really organized, doing exactly what they're supposed to. Not much VeNoM can do better. And Scream puts it on the backboard. Big miss by Acrotics, shot on goal by Skadoosh, and it actually goes in. No one there to defend it.
Oh well, I've seen this happen early in the first game, where like they get to whiff, or like maybe they kind of leave the net wide open, and it's just kind of welcoming so many easy shots for Z Sport to have to go like on net. Like, you know, they're also, yeah, they're having their mechanical plays, like especially if you look at Scream, for example, like with that dribble play he had earlier. Um, he normally don't really have a lot of time and space to go for dribbles, but he had really decent control and he really used that space on his own advantage. So it seems like you can't really stop him, even if he's like in the ground or in the air. It seems like he's always going to offer the same amount of threat against his opponent. But it just like it all comes down to the consistency in the defense for VeNoM Gaming, and it seems like this is where they're really lacking in this game, because even in the earlier game, okay, that's a really good 50 though. Could Hopti find the angle, but it's gonna be wide. But Mario nearly forced this one to go in, but it's gonna be saved by Skadoosh, and they still hold into that 1 goal lead for them. And yeah, they're having their offense, but it just when it comes to being in the defensive area, this is where most of the mistakes gonna be coming from for VeNoM. Oh, an own goal happens here, and okay, as I was just mentioning, those as I mentioned,
Defensive
those
mistakes.
defensive mistakes, and we'll get to see it happen. But this time, it's not gonna be for VeNoM Gaming. It's gonna be for Z Esports.
Yeah, Passy just unfortunately hits the ball in his own net. It's just as simple as that. And Z kind of get kicked. Their momentum like just slows down now, and there's they haven't been as aggressive as they have earlier. But as I mentioned, Mario with a hard shot to save, Skadoosh gets the save, and Scream. Just look at how so casual he is. Like just casually just getting the ball around his net. Nobody there to capitalize. Nobody there actually was a really good clear. Nobody could have capitalized. Is what I was supposed to say. And Scream just showing how big of a powerhouse he is and how important he is for this Z team. And as I mentioned it, second own goal, this time by Scream.
Well, for how long you're gonna hold on after like going through lots of pressure that was coming from VeNoM Gaming? It was like coming from left and right, and you know, yeah, it's like technically it's like another on goal, but the shot seemed to be way too good from Acrotech. Like it had really like it had so much power, and also the speed, the angle that he was going for. It seems like it was unstoppable, and wow, Scream almost looked unstoppable in that play, but it's still gonna be cleared away. And you know, VeNoM Gaming, they have the lead right now. You wonder if that's gonna be enough because it didn't really seem to be for them to have the lead earlier, and this is like their first time to have it in the series.
Yeah, Scream being incredible in offense and in defense, but it gets a really good pass down to Passy earlier, but Passy just couldn't connect, and we see that they still haven't stopped. They're still being aggressive, but VeNoM putting up with that pressure, saving pretty much every shot they had. And now Passy passes it down to Skadoosh. Skadoosh hits the crossbar, and Scream is there just to finish it. Absolute clanger on the middle of the net.
That's like a whole different take from Z Sports. Instead of like just slamming the ball into the backboard or like maybe to the post, they were trying to find ways to connect their passing plays. They have like a player maybe to be like right in the middle, like maybe on the wall, and just send the ball right to their teammate, and they could have like their passing play going. And eventually, that that kind of pressure it just pays off for them, and they get to tie up the game. And it's still looking quite shaky, even though VeNoM Gaming they had the lead earlier, and they have it again. Hoppity Hoy coming back with a clutch play as they get the lead back.
Yeah, Hopatihoy just surprise Scream, turns immediately, beats him to the ball, beats him to the challenge, and VeNoM getting the lead again. So far, this series has been really interesting, and it continues to amaze us even more as VeNoM not only putting up with the pressure that Z are doing, but also getting some shots in of their own, and now it's all seems to be paying out. As Scream beats one player, only Hopatihoy in defense, and Passy can't connect the pass to Skadoosh. Cut off by Acrotic, and now Scream. Still 20 seconds remaining. They have a few more chances. Can they do this? Can they score and put the game into overtime? Skadoosh gets a big block. Mario going for the counter-attack, gets brilliant fake by Scream. Puts it up the wall, and Hopatihoy is there, no boost. Scream and Skadoosh both kind of
Oh,
missing Paxi with a 0-second shot, saved by Hopatihoy, and we have a game won by VeNoM. What is there to say? They played really well, the defense was holding up, and they scored pretty much everything they had in offense.
yeah, I mean, this is definitely an improvement in their defense compared to how it was in the earlier game. They kind of looked shaky once they got the lead, but near the end of this game, it's like yeah, they kind of made their defense even more like made it even better to continue on holding it to that one goal lead. And like there was like also another shot was coming, but they were able to deny it again. So Hoppity Hoy, realizing that maybe he doesn't always have to be involved in the defense, and he's also able to show up in the offense. And this kind of way, it has been working very well for them. And I think it's like already going back and forth in the series, so you can't really say which team is doing exactly better than the other one, except when it comes to the consistency. But again, it's like this series could go either way because, like yeah, despite the issues they're having, VeNoM Gaming, they're able to be just as good as the Esports when it comes to those offensive plays.
Yeah, Z Sports really needed some punch in offense, and as I say it, the probably or maybe the best goal we have seen today, as Scream gets a brilliant dunk or Macrotic's challenge, and Skadoosh puts the shot upper 90. So far, Z looking like the better team in this game, but we can't really say much. It's only been 38 seconds in the game, and as you said, like we can only judge on which team is better by consistency, and that would definitely be Z.
Oh, what a
But
fake!
incredible fake, yeah. As we say it, Scream still being dangerous in offense.
Yeah, it seems like every single time he has the ball, like not really touching it, but from his car movements, it's just like always tricking the player into the fact that yeah, he's gonna hit the ball, but he doesn't, and it's always throwing off the challenger. So this is something that he does. He always likes to control the ball instead of always slamming it really hard. And Habati, a really good shot, but Skadoosh with a tight save to keep it away, and they still maintain that one goal lead. And as I was like talking about Scream, and you know, normally when you fake your opponent, when you don't even have the ball yourself, it's like just bunting toward you or something. But then you know that your mind game is just like it's way too good that you can always look as calm as possible, and it could easily find controlling the ball a lot easier that way, where you never really rush any shot, no matter how tempting it is. And Passy with a top corner shot and 2 goals lead for Z Esports.
Yeah, incredible play by Z Esports. Scream gets it off to Skadoosh. Skadoosh puts it off the backboard for Passy, who's actually the third man, but he's willing to take the risk, and as he should have done in that position, and it works out for them. They're taking the risks they're supposed to take, and that's pretty much all. That and consistency are two only things that are separating them from this VeNoM team. As Z looking a bit better in offense, and as I say, it's Scream with a double touch attempt and
Oh,
almost gets saved by Mario, but Scream still puts it in.
right between the defenders, and this one is nasty. Like, two defenders, none of them were able to get it out. Like, we have seen those double taps, we have seen those well reads from Scream yesterday, and we're seeing it again. So it seems like fakes, mind games, like whatever. He's like very well rounded. Like he got everything. So kind of like comes in a whole bundle. Like what are you, like what kind of clips are you looking for? And he always got them.
Yeah, Scream always showing us that he can, even though we've seen so much from him, he's still showing that he can surprise us. Incredible plays that Scream is pulling off, and as I said, big boost, especially in confidence for Z Esports. And Bread still holding up, even though it's 3-0, but they haven't really had much offensive pressure. It's mostly just been Z Esports, mostly Scream actually, and we're still seeing them completely pushing this VeNoM team into their last line of defense. And now double commits actually coming from Z Esports, and the ball gets cleared by Mario. They're constantly just looking for clears. It's not. It looks like they don't really have a solution. And as I say, Mario hits the crossbar. Acrotic can't connect on the follow-up. And Scream now in the offense, still looking scary.
Yeah, and it's always difficult when you're like, you're like not the team who's starting things off, and you're always trying to clear it, always trying to get a save. Like you keep on holding into that. Like yeah, you get those clears, you get those saves, but time gotta keeps on ticking, and it doesn't really care. So they're like being done by 3, and defense doesn't seem to be enough. They need to get something done if they really need to get the comeback going in this game. There's like less than a minute, so it's gonna be really difficult. Like, we haven't really seen any insane comeback happening in this league play. Like, yeah, technically speaking, it's possible, but realistically speaking, no, that's definitely not gonna happen. But for VeNoM, like, yeah, they're kind of like, you know, looking a bit too different today. And Z Esports also, like, with Scream being in this lobby right now, and Skadoosh makes it 4-0, and they are not done from scoring at all. They're just always looking for more and looking for it to look as strong as possible.
Yeah, Scream puts an incredible pass middle off the backboard, and Skadoosh is there to pick it up and put it in. Z, as you said, they're still looking for more, still being hungry for more, which is definitely a good sign. It shows that they haven't uh, they haven't got into the comfortable stage. They're still thinking of VeNoM as a very scary team. And Scream pops the ball up, goes for a flip reset. Does he hit it? Of
Oh!
course he does. Incredible shot, probably the best goal we've seen today. I know I've said that like 4 times already, but this incredible flip reset by Scream.
Wow, like, he ran out of boost, but he was still able to, get the flip and also have more momentum to continue on that play. It seems like once they get their goals, it seems like they never stop. So once the beast is awakened, it's like, alright, well, they can have everything in their own way. And 5-0 victory here in the second game, or well, second win for them, but like, it's game 3. Kind of messing that one up, honestly. But yeah, that's like a lot of things have been going on. If we now look at their stats, like, everybody got at least 1 goal, 1 assist, 1 save, and 1 shot. So everybody looked extremely involved in nearly every offensive play. Scream, like, yeah, he went for so many mechanical plays, and they're able to go for them, and they're able to score them, not just to go for them, and that's all. But that's like insane play coming from Z Spots. Really strong showing. I know that they're a good team, but I wasn't really expecting them to be looking that great here in this series. But 2-1, one step away from getting the victory against VeNoM Esports, or no, excuse me, VeNoM Gaming. But it's it has to be like right now for VeNoM to be bouncing back, because again, they have the offense, but it just happens for like few seconds and it just disappears the entire time, and then like it just comes back where it's gonna be way too late for them to actually do it. And has been the case for VeNoM Gaming the entire time, and I really wonder if that's gonna be the moment for them to wake up and get everything done here.
Yeah, and VeNoM last series, even though they were in the defense the whole time, they had 2 saves compared to 3 saves on Z Esports, and that's just pretty much telling you the story of how the game went. Constantly defense and not getting much saves, and now one mistake by Z Esports, and they already capitalize on it. Skadoosh alone in defense gets absolutely blonged by Hopatihoy, and that's it. That's the goal.
Yeah, this is the perfect shot for VeNoM Gaming right now. Like, uh, the demo was just so quick. Hoppity Hoy was able to snipe the car even in the air. So that's like a perfect play they got like in the very early on here in this game. And that was nearly in from Skadoosh, but again, they kind of get away with it for now. But yeah, that was like an incredible play, and also incredible shot for VeNoM Gaming. Like, it has been a while for them to have a moment to show up like that, but right now they need to find a way to continue in that, and to that road that they just started. Acrotic with a flick without any boost though, and Hoppity Hoy forcing a 50. Skadoosh gaining control. He's able to flick it right over Mario. Acrotic slowing this one down for now. Passy with a follow in the air. He's looking for a setup, and Acrotic just coming in with a clear from behind to keep it away from now. Hoppity High with a solo play. Could he get a fake? And Skadoosh reading that very well and avoiding it, and also keep it with 1 goal difference here. Passy clears it away, but again, we're seeing a lot of challenges being thrown left and right now, and for VeNoM Gaming, it seems like they're trying their best to maintain the pressure and not let go until they get another goal where it's gonna be safe for them to have the lead.
And actually, as you were saying in between the games, Z Esports like really the probably the most important thing about them
Oh,
is Hopatihoy just cuts me off completely. Very rude from him to score on the open net. Skadoosh gets completely lost, probably thinking there's one defender behind him, but that isn't the case. And Hopatihoy gonna pick up the free goal.
yeah, as I was like mentioning that, like from the pressure they're going for, they need to find a way to get like another goal where it's gonna be safe for them. They get like 2-0 with 3 minutes remaining, and you still never call it safe because again, like Z Sport looking extremely consistent today. In defense, in offense, it seems like everything working very well for them, and yeah, like 2 goals, of course, 2 goals is better than one, but those demos are just like not letting go at all, really creating a lot of gaps for VeNoM to have like easier shots on net. Because yeah, if their defense is like looking way too good, the demos are just definitely gonna stop the defense from happening. And Acrotech with a follow, and they get 3-0.
Yeah, VeNoM completely showing up in this game for two defenders miss, and Acrotic takes the opportunities, puts it in under the crossbar, and Z Sports getting completely cut off from the offense. They haven't even had a single shot on net so far, and as I was gonna say, and as I already said it, Scream
What?
gets the most beautiful redirect I've ever seen, and that's a one that's a one goal, and they need two more to equalize the series, to equalize the game.
Well, that was cleaned from screen. We get to see another redirect, and this is like an insane showing, able to have like all of these mechanics and all. But they're kind of still at like, yeah, being done by two. But again, this is uh, definitely a great play from them to be like, yeah, even though we're down by three, we're able to get that mechanic of play, and we just need to do it two more times. And like, yeah, 2 minutes left on the clock as well. So it's definitely winnable for Z Esports right now. But it's all gonna be all about like, okay, is VeNoM Gaming like, did they fix their mistakes, and did they finally find the momentum where they're gonna continue on controlling the ball and not let Z Esports to have their offensive plays? Because so far they have been like doing a really good job at keeping Z Esports to be defending more in this game. It's definitely like more than ever in any other game in the series.
Yeah, Z Sports looking, even though they're down, they're now just awoken, and it looks like they're putting up a lot of pressure, but it still gets cut off by VeNoM, and Hopatihoy looking for a cheeky bump, doesn't get it. Now a counter attack. Scream up in the air, goes for a dunk, gets it. Baxi with a shot low, hits the post. Really unfortunate. But what I think is very important for Z that isn't happening anymore, that VeNoM is being able to cut off, is giving them space and to make those mechanical plays. Like last game, they could have afforded all those mechanical plays they went for, and now Scream with brilliant mind games gets revenge. Mario gets his revenge, and what a dunk by Paxi. Bit of luck on their side, and 53 more seconds for them to score one more goal.
Yeah, it's definitely an awkward goal or like maybe on goal, but again, like Scream, he was able to fake a player and able to control the ball. Just, instead of just shooting the ball and hoping for the best to happen from that, he kept the ball very, very close to him and sent it um, near the net. And this is where the second play happened. So it all just came down from Scream setting this one up, and they're one step away from having the game to be tied up. And for VeNoM Gaming, they won with like one goal difference earlier, and right now with like less than 30 seconds left on the clock. So it's possible for them to continue on this, but they just need to find a way to reduce their mistakes and find a way to calm down, because honestly, this is a lot of pressure to go through, and having, you know, looking calm and having a clean mindset would be really needed.
And Scream getting a demo, Hopati trying to, or Paxi going for a fake on Hopati, doesn't work out. Acrotic puts it down. We're going into game 5, and VeNoM really stepping up. It looked like Z were kind of woke up too late in the series, and it was just all gone, and there wasn't much they could have done. They scored most of their chances, and I think they definitely could have done more. But right now, we're going into game five, and for both of the teams, it's important to go in with a cold head, ready for the last game, with no pressure on their shoulders, only the pressure they have to cope with in game. But of course, that's going to be hard, especially for VeNoM, because last game, even though they won, we saw them crack under pressure and in the last minute. And Z are definitely not going to be fooling around this game. Not that they were last game, just woke up way too late. And as I say it, Paxi almost scores, hits the crossbar actually. And VeNoM, we're gonna see if they can cope with all this pressure. And so far, it looks like the answer is no, as Scream gets a brilliant pass towards Skadoosh, and Skadoosh puts it in.
They get to have. Okay, that's a really nice passing play, and also the execution and the last shot was perfect. 15 seconds in, and they already get the lead. It's almost like a quick response from the last game, and we get to see a quick follow-up from Acrotech, and they answer right back. So it's already getting close. Like it's tied up in the series, and it's also tied up here.
Yeah, unfortunate kickoff, and actually a double commit from Bread, or actually VeNoM, and they still are able to score because Scream gets a big whiff, or very important whiff, and now Scream with a flip reset goes low, saved by Popati. Scream still having this game having enough space to do it, and the most important thing, he's able to afford all of these mechanical plays, and that's what's giving them winning them games right now. And this is the most important game to win. It's the game five, the game that decides the series winner and the series loser, of course. And Paxi on the counter attack, shot top corner, brilliant save by Acrotic, and VeNoM so far showing up really well, and Z also being there, but just not being as aggressive as maybe we would have wanted them to be. And as I say, Mario with a brilliant dunk, nobody there to connect to it.
Yeah, and as we mentioned earlier, like going in game five with the cold head is really needed because um, we have seen like a lot of nerves from the start already, and like special for VeNoM Gaming, they can't really risk it anymore. Really good shot from Hobbity, it's gonna be saved, and Acrotech on another follow-up. It gets to have a dunk. Can Hobbity put the ball in? It's gonna be again a bit too high, and Skadoosh already in the counter. And yeah, for VeNoM Gaming, like they have been doing okay. Like they had to shake a start for sure, but right now they really need to forget about like the previous games and stay focused in this game as much as possible. They're having it very close, winning big 50s so many times, so it's already showing that they're able to have the perfect amount of ball chasing and Hobbity High putting the team on the lead, and those 50s, those dunks get to pay off eventually.
Yeah, Skadoosh just panicking, having an offensive player Mario behind him, completely panics and passes the ball to Hopati, who takes that any day of the week. And Scream, actually we're seeing a bit of frustration in chat from him, spamming a few hues in there, and we're gonna see so how that affects him. And as I say it, Mario hits the post, but the most important thing now is to get the mentality straight and be ready for the win. And Mario and Hopati with a brilliant passing play
Uh,
works out for them in the end. Cheeky shot by Hopati slows the defense down, all three players committing. But it
You know,
goes
it
in.
looked like it was a double commit from VeNoM Gaming. I mean, yeah, it was a double commit, but the touch from Mario, it's really helped to set this one off. And, you know, they were like, again, in a perfect spot to get a follow-up. So they're having really good offensive rotation and positioning. They're able to get any follow-up. So whenever it's going to be looking a bit too awkward in the defense, they're able to strike right back, and they're going to be able to come out of nowhere. So um, really good play here from Passy to maybe get a bump, but still they get able to find a way to clear it. And with 2 kills lead and another double commit, and yeah, like it seems like the frustration from having to deal with a lot of aggression and Scream, what a save, and again another save from Z Esports to keep it with 2 goals difference.
Yeah, Scream really showing up for Z Sports, saving both of his teammates in the defense and almost scoring in offense. Scream really showing up, but they need that little bit more to score. And can they do that twice? Can they equalize the series and possibly actually win or actually send it to overtime? So far, VeNoM looking like the better team, looking like they know what they're doing. And but Scream also being there, also showing up aggression, but they're already down. They have to come back, and it's a must if they want to win the series. Obviously, let's see if they can do it. Let's see if they can cope with the pressure that VeNoM is putting up and actually score in offense. You see them, all three players being constantly aggressive, getting those demos, trying to surprise the defense, and it's not working out for them yet. But it definitely can. We have a minute more to go. That's a lot of time in Rocket League. A lot of things can happen in these last 50 seconds, and Z need 2 goals.
I feel a lot of things could happen, but from the way VeNoM they're playing, they're shutting down everything that Z Sports are throwing at them. So they're looking really consistent right now. And again, like yeah, anything could happen right now, but VeNoM looking extremely scary right now. Like 30 seconds left. What else could be done? They're looking very consistent, not letting having like any mistake to happen. Like yeah, maybe it's kind of looking like it's a ball chasing play, but they're able to do it so well and keep up with the rotation and everything. Only 1 goal has been conceded so far. It could be 2 right now, but it's gonna be a little bit too wide. And now Acrotech with an open net, and they get the counter. Final nail of the coffin. VeNoM Gaming, they get the comeback in the series.
Yeah, Scream with an early lead, showing us the frustration he's went through, which is expectable considering how he played in this series and still losing. But nice job on the prediction, Rydro. This is, as you predicted, finishing 3-2 for VeNoM, and really good series from them. Really good, or actually not really series, but the last game was incredible. They cut off everything that Z was doing, and they played quite well across the whole series with some ups and downs across a few games. But they're the winners, and that's the only thing that matters. And there looks like they're going to be finishing top 2.
Yeah, I mean that was an incredible performance. I mean, like they had a very shaky start, but you know what that series and that play really proved. It showed that no matter how bad of a start you're gonna have, if you're gonna have the right mindset and you're always gonna be looking forward to um, working on fixing the mistakes, you're always gonna find a way. And you know, especially when they have a coach in the side, Acrotech. You know, I think that's definitely gonna add some kind of great dynamic to have like yeah, maybe you have done a mistake. We have somebody who's like even more experienced. So even like between the games, they could like maybe talk about the mistakes and how to prevent them. They were able to make the comeback, and you know, most importantly, this is like the first time where I get my whole predictions right. I expected 3-1 for Renegades, and we got that. And when I saw like the game 5, and you know, I was like, okay, it could be either me being right or it could be you. Or I think no, I think it was somebody else who was predicting that. I think you were expecting 3-1, right?
I was expecting 3-1.
Yeah, so I think okay, it was somebody from the staff without being too specific. They were expecting 3-2 um for Z Esports, and I was like, no, I think it's gonna be 3-2 for VeNoM Gaming. And this is like the first time where I get my predictions right, and you know it feels pretty good, not gonna lie. So again, GG's well played. VeNoM Gaming, they did amazing in the end. They put the effort, and it really paid off, and that was fantastic. And again, I'm definitely gonna be. I'm not playing, but I'm definitely gonna be smiling the entire day because of getting my predictions right for the first time ever here.
Yeah, incredible series from VeNoM, and I actually think them getting signed by an organization played a role. And as you see it, Game 5, they managed to do it. They managed to cope with the pressure that Z were putting up, and a brilliant day for them. Definitely gonna feel good after this one, and that should be it for today. Hopefully, you guys tune in next, or guys and girls. tune in next time and next week. And do you have anything to say, Rydra?
Thank you guys so much for watching, and also Alpine, thank you so much for joining me to cast the series. You made it even more fun and a lot easier to do the whole commentary thing. And I hope everybody enjoyed it here on Twitch chat right now. Make sure to follow us here on Liga Raketa and also join the Discord server to stay in touch with the community and also keep up with the updates for Liga Raketa. And once again, it has been sponsored by Challenger Mode and Phoenix Blue. I've been Ryder. It was with Alpine. Hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we'll see you guys next week.